That's lovely. It's an American motorbike.
That's cool.
We won't get another one of them.
Yes guys, welcome back to another trip to the thrift. This might actually be the last car boot video of this year, unless I can find a load of bits tomorrow at the Sunday car boot. I'll get back into doing some charity shopping, so there'll be charity shop videos. I'm also going on holiday next weekend for my birthday. I'm going to France, so I'm going to try and film some videos out there. I have also bought a new gadget, which I'm quite excited to use, and it's going to be my sort of test run in France. Got one of these bad boys, a GoPro number 12, GoPro Hero 12. I know my technology, obviously. We're going to test that out. I'm going to be one of them sort of people. You got any Skylanders? Any Playmobil? Any, what they say? Any video games? Any records? That's going to be me. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Anyways, let's just get into the video because I'm just waffling. Like the video, subscribe if you're new here, follow my Instagram and my Depop down there at the bottom of the screen. Ryan's Finds, IHINDS, FINDS. As well as that, follow the wholesale Instagram. I work there, messinawholesale, again, down there at the bottom of the screen. And I think that's it. I'm going to show you some clips of me finding all this lot at the car boot. And then we're going to come back here and go through everything that I found. So yeah, like the video, subscribe. I'm not too sure when the GoPro videos are going to be out, so you might have already seen them. But yeah, in a bit. Peace. Yeah, I said it was going to be, didn't I? How much are the two hats?
£3 for the two.
Yeah.
£6 please.
How much are the tees?
They range about £3.
And the sweatshirt's a bit more though, isn't it? How much is the sweatshirt?
£15.
15. Okay. There's a few more on the table as well. The one from the Fox, are they different price? They're the same.
Got another barber. It's missing the main tag, but it's got a leather collar. What's this one? Wax cotton blouson. I don't know how to pronounce it right, but it's a nice cut. And then got this as well with a browning vest. He's getting rid of all this shooting stuff. This is a cool one as well. It's like a painter's sort of smock. Nicely battered, worn in. Just turned it inside out and look at that. That's sick. It's got paint splat all over it.
take the money for the other coats?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Have a look.
You got a fucking sign as well from this.
Yeah. That's what started it.
That's quite nice, man.
That's my hair.
How much are
I like it in there.
5 on that.
Got me over.
Oh, look, you've got a hanger for the sweatshirt. That's lovely. It's an American motorbike.
That's cool.
You won't get another one of them.
Argue about their clothes, they kiss each other, they son and daughter, and then they argue about whose it is.
What's the jeans?
That one's a 35. It's mine. It's mine.
Off it.
Just got another barber the next day. Barber game fair. Only paid £20 for it. It was just hanging up on the car. Right, we are back. We're gonna go through the accessories first, and then we'll get into all the hung up bits. First, we've got a couple of hats. I got them together. I think I paid £2 each, or maybe a £5 for the two. This first one is this Ralphie one. It's just made of cotton. It hasn't got like anything hard in the rim, so you can just sort of scrunch it up. It's quite an interesting sort of, I don't really know what to call that, but it's a Ralphie one. It's got all this sort of stenciling on it. Obviously, they've taken some inspiration from like military sort of style stuff. I'm not actually sure how it's going to look. Looks like, yeah, it looks very military, but yeah, I thought it was quite an interesting one. Maybe a bit more of an eBay item. Yeah, it's just different. I don't know what to call it. This is the other hat that I got with the Ralphie. It's this early 2000s Quicksilver sort of trapper style hat. You can wear it normally like that, or you can flick down the sides to keep your ears warm. Definitely doesn't suit me. And finally, the last of the accessories, I've got this diesel sort of side bag. I would class this as very sort of in fashion, sort of the side sling. It's actually quite nice. I got this in a bundle. I paid £40 for the bundle. I think this cost me like a couple of quid. And I should get, I'm going to say like 25 to 35. I'm probably going to aim a bit higher because I think it's really cool and I actually quite like it myself. Moving into all the hung up items, I've got these early 2000s Nike tees. I got them all together from one person. There's 5 of them. I paid £2 a piece, I think, so it was at £10 for the lot. I'll flip through them quickly. First is just that graphic one on the early 2000s tag. Just a spell out one, again, early 2000s, nice old one. And then we've got 3 small swooshes. That one there, just a plain black, and that one there with the red swoosh and grey neck. I should hopefully get £15 to £18 on these. They're not crazy money. They're quite small sizes, but they're good sort of shop fillers. Next, we've got this diesel heavy duty jacket. I just had to buy it because it's a £5. It's like this really, just really heavy cotton. It's like a quilted one, size medium, so I think it is men's, but it's on that sort of, I think it's quite a modern tag, not too old. It's just a very good winter jacket. Not my usual sort of thing, because I wouldn't say that's very in fashion. More of sort of a dad coat. And we got a couple of knits. These are super popular at the moment. Ralphie cable knit, sort of V-neck, round neck knits. They just go for silly money at the moment, or they just sell really quickly. I think I put one on my shop last weekend and it sold within 2 hours, I think. These cost me, I think, £2.50 or maybe a £5 each. I can't remember. Should easily get £30, £35 each on them. Next, we've got this Browning hunting vest. Wouldn't usually buy it. It's more of an eBay item, but I got it with a barber, which I'll show you later. I think I paid £20 for the 2 of them. That should hopefully get my money back if I decide to list it on eBay eventually. But yeah, quite an interesting piece of clothing. It's got that on the back as well, bit of embroidery. He said this retailed for a lot of money. I think he bought it for £70 at retail price. Next, we've got the Suzuki puffer. She didn't know what to sell it for, so I offered £10 on it, and she said yes. It's got all the embroidery on the arms, on the front, and then a big spell out on the back. That should be, I'm going to say 35 to 45. I haven't sold one of these in years, but I'll put any listings there that I can find. Then we got another bundle of Ralphie bits. I paid £4 each on these. Again, they're just sort of shop fillers. Nice sort of striped Ralphie polo in really good pristine condition. I probably wouldn't have bought it if it was plain, but the stripes sort of add a bit of colour to the shop, which is why I bought it. And then we just got this short sleeve, sort of a linen style shirt with the Ralphie there embroidered. Should get around £15 for the polo and £15 to £20 on the short sleeve shirt. Next we've got one of my favourites. I probably should have shown you this at the end. It's a vintage Levi denim jacket. It's actually an orange tab one, but the orange tab has been cut off. You can't see it there obviously, but there's a little bit of remnants. Don't know if that's the right word, but we'll stick with it. I wouldn't have bought this with the cut-off tab if it was a modern jacket. I think a lot of people buy a Levi jacket because of the tab. As it was an old one, I didn't mind sort of buying it without the tab. Obviously, I bought it because it was old, and I just saw that collar, and you can just tell that's going to be like a, I'm going to say it's like mid to late 70s. It could potentially be Big E, but I don't think it is, which would mean it's early 70s or even older. I have tried to date it, but it's only got that tag, which is completely ruined and faded. I'll put some listings there to show you that this is a 70s jacket. You can tell just by the collar, which is my favorite thing about it. Probably won't go for too much money because it is women's, but I'm going to say like 50 to sort of maybe 60, 70 pounds, depending on photos and who's selling it. I'll just show you a quick comparison of sort of the collars, how you can tell. This one is a 90s Levi jacket. You would have seen it in the previous video. I'll put it in one of the corners. Here's the collar. It's just that sort of, just a classic sort of 90s standard Harrington collar. Hasn't really got anything to it. And here's the 70s collar, again, with just one button done. You can just tell that sort of sharp point. That's definitely a lot older and more of a 70s fit and style. Here's another bundle that I bought. I got it with the diesel bag, so I paid £40 for this lot, and that's 5 items, so £8 a piece. First, just an early 2000s Nike zip-up track jacket. That should be £20, £25 on Depop. Early 2000s Arsenal graphic t-shirt. It is a size small, unfortunately, so probably like £15 realistically. Early 2000s Lacoste quarter zip. It has got a hole in it, which I didn't see, so that's going to hurt the value a lot. Probably like £12 to £15 with a hole. If it was flawless, probably like £25 to £35. And then the beast of the bundle is this vintage BMW Motorcycle Owners of America jacket. It's got that patch there, and it's got wholesale electric, I don't know what that says, course Huns. That might just be sort of old embroidery, and then they added this on at a later date. And then the good thing about it is this big BMW embroidery on the back, which I know a lot of people like, and it will look really nice on Depop. As well, it's obviously got the Aztec sort of style hem and collar and cuffs. I'm not too sure what that'll go for. I'm going to say 45 to maybe 60, maybe even a bit more, just because that embroidery is really nice. I'll just obviously aim high and just see how we go. Then we just got a Brazil Nike t-shirt. I think it was just £2. Should be £15 to £18 on Depop. This next one's really nice. I would have kept it for myself if it was a size large. It's an early 2000s Hackett of London corduroy button-up shirt in a really nice sort of dark forest green. That was 50p, which is an absolute bargain. I haven't sold too much Hackett myself, but it's like a good sort of staple British brand, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's called Hackett London, so that's my guess. It's probably made in China now. It's just a really nice corduroy shirt, and I'm really sad that it's not my size. Getting to the last few items, this first one is this Barber jacket. I got this from the same guy as the Browning vest. It is unfortunately missing the tag, but it's like an early 2000s one, I think. And this cut is a Barber Blausen, I believe. It's got this little leather Barber patch there on the bottom. I paid a tenner for that, which is an absolute bargain. Might have to try it on. It's like a nice sort of Harrington style, I'd call that. Obviously with the classic sort of Barber lining, and it's just got like a leather collar, which is like a cool, interesting detail about it. I'm not too sure what that'll go for. I'm going to say around like the £50, £60 mark. I'll put any listings there if I can find any. And then this is the other Barber that I got. It was just hanging on the car door, and I asked him if it was for sale. He said yes. He took out all his items from the pockets and said £20 on it, which is, yeah, a really good price. This is a Barber Game Fair. Again, it's like a nice old one. I think early 2000s, maybe 90s. But I believe this sort of cut goes for decent money on eBay. I'll put any listings that I can find there in really good condition. Obviously, it's been worn by the guy, and I think it's actually quite a big size. You won't be able to see on the camera, but he was a bit of a big boy. And finally, we've got another one of my favourite finds from this video. I don't know what these are called. I think it's a sort of painter smock. I could be wrong. And I didn't actually see this paint when I bought it. It was actually the right way around, but all this paint sort of distressing was on the inside, which just made it a lot cooler. A lot of eBay sellers obviously would not buy this. This is more for the sort of true vintage and, yeah, just the older sort of style of vintage that people like. I don't know how you'd list that on eBay. Probably more of like a sell it to a collector or a dealer. Not sure about the red, but just very interesting. That's the inside, and that's the outside of it, the way it should have been worn. I'm not too sure what I'll go for. If I can find any listings, I'll put them there. I'm gonna say like £40 maybe. I know some people that could get like easily £80 to £100 on that, 100%, but you gotta be the right sort of seller and know the right people. That is it for this video, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, follow my Instagram and my Depop down there at the bottom of the screen. Ryan's Finds, R-H-I-N-D-S, F-I-N-D-S. As well as that, for the wholesale Instagram, again, down there at the bottom of the screen at messinawholesale. And I think that's it. Hopefully I'm just gonna keep the sort of weekly videos going until next car boot season. That's my sort of goal. Maybe I might miss a few here and there. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Peace.